This will be a brief demonstration of how to use Firefox, and I'm choosing Firefox in this particular case, to log into the ELMS site. You need to type in this address, elms.umd.edu. You don't need to worry about the HTTP part. It's actually HTTPS. And then when you get to it, click on the login screen. For logging in, you will need your directory ID, which is the same as your email address without the @umd, and you will need your password. So go ahead and type those in when you get to this screen, and you should see it. It should look like this when you log in. And then click on the login button when you have typed everything in, and then you will go to a screen which happily welcomes your name. You'll notice that there's a bunch of stuff on the left hand side, some of which is useful, most of which is not, and on the right hand side is a list of all the courses for which you're enrolled in. I have a lot of courses, some of which I'm enrolled in and some of which I am teaching. And you can see there are a lot of courses there. Okay. We are going to choose a course so that you can see what kinds of elements are generally available. Normally you go right to the announcement screen, and up at the top you see that there is a breadcrumb trail to show you where you are. The announcements is also the first button on the left side. You can view 7 days, 30 days, or all of the announcements. As you can see, it's been a while since announcements have been posted in this particular class. Then there are other links. Sometimes you'll find a syllabus link. This is something which is specific to a course. Professors use these differently, depending on what they want to do. Then you may find something called course documents, and there may be more folders or links on the left side, depending on your teacher. Again, all these appear up on top, and you notice once we embed ourselves more deeply, the breadcrumb trail goes a little bit further so that you can follow it back and forth to any point that you have visited. There's a link for your grades, which I cannot do in this particular class, but it shows you your grades. And then I went into another folder which I created for this particular class called assignments. Again, it shows you the name of the item which you're in, and you've got a breadcrumb trail which shows you where you have been. All the links on the left-hand side, for the most part, are the same kind of thing until you get down to tools. You won't have as many tools as I have there, but there are communications tools. Announcements, collaboration. This is for a virtual class in case your professor wants to conduct it elsewhere, so you don't have to attend class in person. There's also a discussion board for text-based discussions. As you can see, there are a bunch of discussions in this particular class. And generally speaking, you can add to a particular discussion but not create one. You can also you can also check and see who is in your class. Gives you a list of all your friends. And you can send email to anybody who is in the class. Generally speaking, if you send an email, regardless of who it says to, it will probably go to the professor as well. There are other tools down there which your instructor may choose to use or not. We're now going to take a look at the top. There's some information. What's new tells you what's going on in each particular class. Course sites. It just gives you a list of the courses which you're enrolled in and where they are located, and more information on who is teaching them. Content. This is a place where you can store content. Students have a limited amount of content space where they can store things on Blackboard, and then you can use to submit stuff. Student resources. If you click on this, there are some tutorials for how to do things in ELMS, so it's a good place to know about. What are we going to see next? The university libraries. You can go directly to the library and find articles. This is a link which is similar to the one which you can get to just by typing in the library link. There's some frequently asked questions about dealing with ELMS, and you can ask and look for the answers to these within here. And then there's some more tutorials, mostly for instructors in this particular case.